For this question, we're given a credit card statement. We're told the billing date is on the 4th and that the APR is 18%. So for this statement here, there was a billing date on March 4th and there was a previous balance of $720.50. So eventually we would like to figure out, well, what's the new balance going to be when we get to April 4th, which is the next month. So for part A, we're going to need to compute the average daily balance. Before we actually do that, it's going to be a pretty lengthy computation. We're going to have an average, so we're dividing two things. And the top is going to be this enormous sum. And we're going to divide by the number of days from March 4th to April 4th. Since March has 31 days, it must be that we're going to divide by 31, and I'll just put days. All right, so let's get started on computing the average daily balance. So the way this works is we start with the previous balance, which is $720.50, and then we're going to multiply that by the number of days that this was the balance on the account. So from the 4th to the 9th, it was this amount for a total of 5 days. But then something happened. Here on the 9th, there was a return of $600.50. That means we take that $600.50 and subtract it from this amount here. When we do that, we get $120. So this was the balance for 5 days. This amount changed it. It dropped it down to $120. And now we have to know, well, for how long was this the balance on the account? Well, from March 9th to March 28th, that's a total of 19 days. So this was the balance on the account for 19 days. For the first 5, it was $720.50. For the next 19, it was $120. But then when we got to this date, there was a purchase of $74. So I'm going to take that amount and I'm going to increase 120 by 74. This means the new balance on the account is $194. And what we need to know is, for how long was that the balance on the account? Well, from March 28th through April 1st, so we get March 29th, 30th, and 31st, as well as April 1st. So that's a total of 4 days. All right, so we got to keep going. Then on April 1st, there was this purchase of $2,400. Okay, so that means we have to increase this amount by $2,400 to get the new balance on the card, which is $2,594. And then let's see, that was the balance on the account from the 1st to the 3rd, so that's for a total of 2 days. But then on April 3rd, there was a payment. Okay, great. Well, this is good. A payment means we're going to take this amount and subtract off $950 to actually lower the balance on the account. So I'll subtract $950 from this number here. Okay, and if we do that, that's $1,644. And then that's the balance on the account until we reach April 4th. So that's a total of 1 extra day. So, I mean, you can break this up into pieces, but right now, this is the sum for the numerator of this expression. We'll eventually reduce it down to one number and then divide that number by 31. So I'm going to set that up now. We're going to take this whole thing and we're going to divide that by 31 days. Okay, so the rest can be done on a calculator. So you'd multiply these two things, add it to what you get when you multiply these two things, and so on until you get to the end. I did that already. I think I did it right. I got $13,490.50. And when I divide that by the number of days in the month, I got that the average daily balance was $435, and I had to round, and I rounded to 18 cents. The reason we had to do that computation in part A is because we're carrying a balance, you're going to have to pay interest. And it's going to increase your balance on the next month. So to start with, we're given that the APR is 18%. We need to change this to a monthly interest rate. So we're going to take that APR and we're going to divide it evenly amongst the 12 months. So that's 18% over 12 months. That is 1.5% per month. Or if you convert it to its decimal equivalent, it's this number here. All right, so what we're going to do is take our average daily balance, which was $435.18, and we're going to multiply it by 1.5%. You can do this in a calculator, and the amount we get is $6.53. So this is the amount of interest that you have to pay for carrying a balance on the card. So the last amount after the payment was made of $950 was $1,644. But then there's this interest that has to be applied as well. So the new balance on the card is the amount that was on the statement at the end of the month plus the interest that you have to pay as well. That's a total of $1,650.53.